We continue our series here looking at the good, the bad, and the ugly for each team across Major League Baseball. Today, the team we're discussing, the Minnesota Twins. Let's get into it. What's going on, baseball fans? Jeremy Laracuente here for the Baseball Banter Broadcast, and as we look at the good, the bad, and the ugly for the Minnesota Twins, we begin with the good. And the good news for the Minnesota Twins is that Sonny Gray and Jorge Polanco are nearing their returns. There's going to be a lot to like about this Minnesota Twins team if they can get themselves into a postseason spot. Being able to get back a guy like Sonny Gray into that starting rotation is really going to serve a big time help for the Minnesota Twins. Being able to put back a switch hitter in Jorge Polanco into that lineup really lengthens out what the Twins are going to be capable of doing on a nightly basis. Being able to have both of these players come back at a very similar time means that two aspects of the Minnesota Twins are going to start flourishing in the very near future. I think that for Minnesota, there's a big time push that has to happen to be able to get into the top spot in that American League Central division, because to me, that's the only way they're going to make the postseason. Which leads me into the bad of the organization, and as I just said, the only hopes that the Minnesota Twins have for reaching the postseason is going to be through winning the American League Central. Right now, Minnesota really finds themselves at a very disadvantage when it comes to the wild card race. 7.5 games out at the time of this recording to being able to be that third wild card spot. They would have to surpass the Baltimore Orioles and the Toronto Blue Jays in order to be able to make the postseason as a wild card. So the best and most likely hope for the Minnesota Twins to be able to make the postseason is by winning the division. Right now, they find themselves 2 games out at the time of this recording behind the Cleveland Guardians for the top spot in the AL Central. For Minnesota, that's going to be their best and most likely and only hope to make the postseason in 2022. Now, as we look at the ugly for this organization, the question remains, what can we really expect from Byron Buxton? When the terms of the new extension agreement for the Twins and Byron Buxton came out, there was a lot of questions by baseball pundits in how much time can we actually expect to see Byron Buxton on the field. The Twins did a very good job early on this season by trying to mitigate how many days he was playing in a row to try to preserve his ability to stay on the field. There's no doubt about it, when Byron Buxton is healthy and playing on the field, this is a very dynamic player, arguably one of the best in Major League Baseball on both sides of the ball. But the question remains is how truly healthy can this player remain? There's going to be a lot of circumstances in which a player can have freak injuries. But when it comes to Byron Buxton, he is constantly injured. And the question is going to be how much of that extension is really going to benefit the Minnesota Twins, and how much is it going to be viewed as a waste of money on a player that cannot remain on the field. There's very little doubt that if Byron Buxton can get himself into a position where he's healthy for 145, 150 plus games a year, that contract looks like an absolute bargain. But going into it right now, with Buxton still on the IL, there's going to be questions as to whether or not this player was actually worth the investment. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know your thoughts, your feelings down in the comment section below. Twins fans, what are the good, the bad, and the ugly for your organization here in 2022? Let me know those thoughts in the comments, or head over to Twitter and find me at banter_baseball to keep the conversation rolling. As always, keep it locked into the entire GLMG family with Weesibs, the Granny Geek Show, and of course here on the Baseball Banter Broadcast by hitting that subscribe button on all 3 channels. For sticking around to this point, head over to baseballbanterbroadcast.com. Use the promo code TWINS to save 5% off your order. Keep it locked in all season as we continue to look at the good, the bad, and the ugly for each team across Major League Baseball, as well as the latest news, notes, and my personal thoughts, theories, and opinions on the game of Major League Baseball. Peace.